of dark. Kind of dark. That's brighter. It's better. Really working on the perfect setup. And again, I talk about it all the time. Perfection is certainly an illusion. And I am so far from perfect. But we do our best. And hold on here. I'm going to put you down right here. I'm going to see what happens. See if we can get a better lighting. Better setup. Little different spot. See how it looks. That'll work. Kind of. Will it work? Kind of. I don't know. There's some dispute. Good morning, Julie Flanagan. Good morning, Brian Finnegan. Good morning, JR. I'm going to try it like that. We're going to try it like that. I'll tell you what. If the lighting's not perfect, if it's a little dim, if it's just not right, tough poopies. Tough poopies. That sounds like something my mom would have told me. Tough poopies. Good morning, Jessica. Hello from upstate New York. Hello, Sicilian. Gonna get kind of comfy here, or sort of comfy as I fidget. Good morning, music-loving mom. Thank you for joining Big Easy. Come here, Holly. Dog Holly is here. She doesn't often hang out on my live shows. That's kind of okay. That's kind of okay. Who stole my hair? How is the weather there? Well, that's a good question, Jessica. I was debating going live outside today, but the temperature right now is 37 degrees. And while I think I would have been okay, my key grip, who makes most of the important decisions, said, it's too cold for you out there. You can go live in the sunroom. So here I am. But it looks like a beautiful day. The sky is blue. The sun is shining, although it's not shining down yet, because at this early hour it is not shining down yet. Sarah Sandoval, thank you so much for following the live creator. I so appreciate that. But as I was saying, yeah, it's pretty cold. So I'm in here. My trusty sidekick, Holly, who's my beautiful, hello, Sarah, English Springer Spaniel, who loves the Coffee with Ken show as much as anybody, because although I don't think she understands iPhones and cell phones and Wi-Fi and hello, Haywood, the internet and social media, what she does get and understands intimately is that when I am talking like this, in this sort of tone, in this sort of Coffee with Ken tone, and there's a phone leaning up against something on a table, she is aware that she gets an exorbitant, the lighting's okay, an exorbitant amount of pets. And again, if I stop, she gets back up and she gets her ear rubbed. Do I have a calming voice? That's interesting to me, because I watch these videos and sometimes I feel it's calming. Sometimes I'll be watching it as I'm going to bed, watching these videos and clipping them and into short little videos and shorts and TikToks and reels and posting them around. And sometimes I will drift off as I'm talking to myself. But anyway, good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. My name, hold on. I'm a little flustered today. I got a little late start. I don't like getting late starts. Good morning, Sandra Lynn. My name is Ken Tracy, and this is Coffee with Ken. This is a show I've been doing for a long, long time. It is a show about me talking and sharing some ups and downs and experiences and sharing a little bit about life. It's a show I enjoy a lot. It's a show I've started on last week, kind of doing a non-live version of this very show. For anybody that's watching and new here, please follow my page. We're coming up on 2 years here on TikTok. We're trying to charge to 10,000 viewers by 2 years, but I don't think we're going to make it. I don't think we're going to make it. I just kind of grow at 10 to 15 followers a day. And I'll tell you what, at 10 followers a day, it takes a long time to hit 10,000. It takes 1,000 days. It's about 3 years, almost 3 years. And I'm going to do it in just over 2. So I'm ahead of 10 a day. I must be, if my math is right. And as we know, my math usually is right. But anyway, and I apologize. I got stains all over my cup. I got up early today and I've been drinking. I already drank a pot of coffee. And for those that have been watching a while, good morning, Heather Odell. Hello from the Philippines. What kind of coffee do I drink? Sarah, you have to wait. You have to wait to find out. For those that have been watching a while, it's not just a show about me talking. It is also a show about me sharing my love of coffee. And with that in mind, just put a new couch cover on. This couch is kind of an older couch. For anyone that wants to kind of brighten up an old couch, these couch covers work pretty nicely. I think they're reasonable, and I think they look pretty good. And as long as you don't do a coffee show over a very light-covered couch cover and drip a drop of coffee on it, shh, don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody. Somebody might yell at me. But anyway, I'm so excited to have my very first sip of coffee this morning, although it's not my very first sip with you. I hope wherever you are, whatever you're doing, that you have a hot cup of coffee in front of you as well. Cheers to us. Oh, yeah. It's the pumpkin spice. It's Starbucks pumpkin spice. I made both pots this morning. I started this day with a Seattle's Best dark roast. Hello, Diane. Welcome on your coffee. Do I know Diane Marie Lamas? She sounds like I do know her. But I made both pots this morning. I started with the Seattle's Best dark roast. I have graduated to a pumpkin spice this later in this morning, and it's delicious. Let's have another sip. Jessica just brought up a topic that's near and dear to my heart. A couple topics that are near and dear to my heart. Jessica said it's cheaper to make your coffee at home than going to Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts every day. And while I agree, and while I do have a tendency to be frugal, aka value conscious, we frugal people don't like the word cheap. I don't know if that's true, but for the purpose of this discussion, I'll call it frugal or value conscious. And this is, somebody wants to know what kind of fluff companion I have. This is an English Springer Spaniel. Her name is Holly. She's beautiful. She's almost 5 years old. And she's my little sidekick. Good morning, Robert Patrick. And she loves her dada, and her dada loves her. But anyway, we were talking about saving money on going to Starbucks. I agree when I make the coffee at home and when I drink it at home and when I'm in a stay-at-home kind of hibernate sort of day, and those days usually occur when it's rainy and wet outside, I do appreciate a nice pot of coffee at home. And I appreciate a nice pot of coffee at home. However, I also enjoy the value that is Starbucks. And people say it's expensive, and yeah, for a cup of coffee, if you're just buying a cup of coffee and you're spending $3.50 on a cup of coffee, it's kind of pricey. But if you're like me and you work from there, no matter what job I've really ever had, over the last 20 years, I've either been a realtor or doing some sort of social media development, and the time I spent at Starbucks is amazingly valuable. And I go there and I buy a tall coffee with cream, and I usually get a refill, which are free. And they give me a venti ice water, and I sit there and I use their Wi-Fi, and I sit in their nice soft chairs, and I strike up conversations, and I see people I know, and edit my videos or do whatever it is work I need to do. And I'll tell you what, for $3.50, it's probably the best value out there. A lot of people, I get it, they go through the drive up. I met a friend at Starbucks the other day and decided to splurge and get a venti pumpkin spice latte. And it cost me $7.25. And I go, wow, that is expensive. That is expensive. And it was expensive. However, we sat and we talked for a couple hours. And, 2 hours of entertainment, it's a lot cheaper than going to a bar or even going to a movie. And again, it is a nice place, and it's almost like a addition to your home or a room in your home where you can sit there and relax, and you can be social. You can people watch if you want, or you can bury your nose in a book or your phone or your computer or do whatever. Hello, Mildred from the Philippines. So I'm a huge fan of Starbucks, and I go there almost every day. And again, refills are a great deal at Starbucks. So anyway, before we go too far, let's have a little more coffee. It is, how was my Big Friday? My Big Friday. Brian wants to know how my Big Friday was. I was going, what happened Friday? My Big Friday was a day full of cheering on my kids. And in my morning video today, I talked about loving being a dad. And being called dad is the coolest thing in the world for me. And I was an assistant coach at my daughter's junior high track team a year and a half ago, and they'd call me Coach Tracy, and that was pretty darn cool as well. So I love being called dad. I love being called Coach Tracy. Friday was a day dedicated to cheering on my two older girls. God's blessed me with 4 kids, and I have 2 older girls from a first marriage that are 17 and 14. And the 17-year-old had her last cross-country meet on Friday. And I left the house around 10:30 to get there and cheer for her. And she did great, and it rained on me. And then I went right from there to a football game where I cheered. It's funny. I cheered on my daughter, who was cheerleading. So I was cheering the cheerers for a football game. So I had a great Friday, and enjoyed it a lot. But it sure was good getting home because I was wet and cold, and it was good to get home and get under the covers and fall asleep. Brian asked, hey, thank you so much. We got a couple people that just followed the live creator. I so appreciate that. It means a lot to me. My page kind of grows every day. I do these videos and I post them on various social media platforms. A lot of people are curious what I do for a living. I was a realtor for 17 years. Although the last couple of years I felt myself losing interest in selling real estate. And I didn't know for sure why. I had started doing a social media show on a different social media platform about 4.5 years ago, and called Coffee with Ken, ironically. And I knew that felt good, and I knew there was value in it. And again, this is a show where I kind of talk about life, and life sometimes is, picking flowers in your garden, but sometimes life is, I don't know, something not so beautiful sounding. And sometimes life is hard. And sometimes life is full of challenges. And we have to get through those challenges to get to the sunny days and the rosy days. And life can be a struggle for us all. And I know it has for me over the last several years. And I started this show 4.5 years ago when I was in a tough spot, not feeling very good. And I was just me talking to my phone and going, holy crap, I'm not feeling good. I'm in a tough spot. I'm kind of down. I'm kind of stressed. I'm depressed. I'm afraid. I don't know what to do. And one step at a time over the last 4.5 years, and it hasn't been a straight line up by any stretch. But here I am, and I'm feeling good, and I'm super excited about a bunch of things. And I found my way out of selling real estate, and that feels so, so good. And I'm pouring myself into video production and content creation and being a dad and being a good husband and um, enjoying life. And it feels really good. And I'm so excited to see, I'm 55 years old. I'm 55 years old. I'm so excited to see what I can do. Because I think God put me on this planet. I think God put us all on the planet for a reason. And He blessed me with certain gifts, as He's blessed us all with certain gifts. And, I say this with all thanks to God, but God blessed me with an ability to share a story and share experiences in a way that resonates with an audience. And I get to do that. And I get to figure that out and build the business that is Coffee with Ken and make a difference. So it's kind of fun. Let's have a little more coffee. Oh, it is so good. It is so good. And sometimes I'll get talking so much during one of these shows that I'll forget to drink my coffee. It's not, and then my coffee will cool to a level that I am not comfortable drinking it at. When I'm outside, it is okay, and I can dispatch of the coffee to my left or to my right. But I'm sitting in our sunroom, and I see white furniture to my left and to my right. And I know how much trouble I would get if I dispatched my coffee. It would stain our furniture. What will I drink after pumpkin spice season? Well, I'm not totally sure, but I'll tell you what I did last year after pumpkin spice season. I discovered the cinnamon dolce coffee by Starbucks. And to be honest, in a year-round sort of coffee way, that might be the best coffee I've ever had. There's something about cinnamon. There's something to me about having a little spice in the coffee, be it pumpkin spice or the cinnamon flavored, that kind of adds a zest, almost a little bit of heat. And not that cinnamon or pumpkin is hot, but you know what I mean? Kind of a spicy, kind of something that doesn't exist when you get a caramel coffee or a mocha coffee or a vanilla coffee or even a hazelnut. And Starbucks has a Christmas flavored coffee, don't they? They do, but I think it is first of all, they have a peppermint coffee, which is kind of interesting, which I find is kind of interesting. But they also have a Christmas blend and what have you. Marici, who are you? You hopped on, and I hope I'm not mispronouncing your name. You came across my videos yesterday and gave me a whole lot of love on my videos. I check on TikTok somewhat regularly. Again, I want to do this. I'm doing this professionally. I don't want to do it. I am doing it professionally. It's how I make my living. So I go in and check on various social media platforms, see if there's any comments. I like to engage my audience. Hello, Jody. I like to engage my audience. And I had a new follower yesterday. Yes, I'm Angela. Username is Marici. Oh. And I had like 50 likes. They watched all my videos. They watched so many videos. And what I have particularly liked about you, Angela, is I'll go and I'll watch certain of my followers go on and I'll like 10 videos at a time. But when you're looking at TikTok, they'll tell you how long ago the viewer viewed the video. So if I get somebody that likes 5 videos in a row, let's say, and they liked them all 3 minutes ago, I knew they didn't really watch the video. So they were just spreading love, which I appreciate the love that is being spread. But with Marici, they went the extra mile, and I could see gaps between their I don't know if this makes any sense to you, But they'd like a video 5 minutes ago, then 4 minutes ago, then 2 minutes ago, meaning they were actually watching the video. And I so appreciate that. Hello, William Leo. Thank you for sharing the live. Sandra Lynn says it's a beautiful day in downtown Naperville today. Am I going to make it to downtown Naperville today? Am I going to make it to downtown Naperville? I'm going to go work out in a little bit. I have an appointment later this morning or early afternoon. Right now, my son Augie has Down syndrome, and we live in the state of Illinois. And one of the nice things about that is Illinois, and a lot of people, and including me, bitch and moan about the high taxes in Illinois and the problems with the state and the problem with the government and what have you. But one of the nice things is they take great care of little ones with special needs. And we're fortunate to have therapists been involved and help us get our little nugget of love, Augie, ready for life and as prepared as a little boy can be. And right now I have a therapist in the other room. It's almost like playing with Augie. Anytime you're with Augie, it's like playing. Maybe it's teaching, and maybe it's something simple like showing him how to, I don't know, pile blocks up or what have you. But I don't know. He's such a joy to be with. He's such a joy to be with, and he's such a good little guy. And I'm excited to see him. He slept in this morning. He came down at about 7:55, and I was hurrying about my morning, pouring some coffee and getting ready and getting out here to do my show. And sometimes when you have a busy household or an active household or kids running around or what have you, I don't know, doing a show in the midst of your house and in the midst of chaos that is life can be kind of challenging. And I felt bad because I only saw Augie for a minute or two and had to, I don't want to say had to, got to run out here and talk to you guys for a little bit. But it feels good. I'm drinking my coffee and my baby's being well tended to. And Holly's asleep on her bed over there. And I see the sun shining on the leaves in the trees. Makes me think it's going to be a nice day. And I know it's mid-October. And I know it's only 37 degrees out. But with the dry weather, I might take my scooter out today and go to the gym with it and get a good workout and head off to my appointment this afternoon and probably, post a whole bunch of videos, a bunch of shorts, a bunch of reels, and a bunch of TikToks because that's what I love to do, and that's how my pages grow, and that's what keeps me focused. But it takes a lot more time than most people know. But I'm sitting there, I feel lame sometimes. I'll have the kids running around making a mess, and I'll have at least one earbud in and be listening to a video while trying to change a diaper at the same time, finding if there's anything worth creating a video out of. And I don't know, fairly often there is. I find if I talk enough and say enough while drinking coffee and engage with you guys, occasionally something of value will come out, and it feels neat when you find a little nugget of gold amidst one of these shows and you go, wow, that was a really good bit, good video, good clip, good short, good reel, good TikTok. And if you add the right words and add the right music, it can either be funny or silly or stupid or inspirational or educational or any combination of the above. And again, I talked about it before. I was a realtor 17 years, and although the pay was occasionally pretty good, I never felt great about doing it. I always felt like I was trying to, never felt great about doing it, or like I was truly adding much value to my customers' lives. But by doing this show and talking on video each morning, I know that I am. And it feels good to feel like I'm doing something important and something that matters. And I know this does. So a little more coffee. If I could go back to any specific day in my life other than my kids being born, where would I go? Probably the first week of college. Probably the first week of college. We had it felt so good going to school and getting out of the nest and all the sights and smells and people you'd meet and experiences you'd have and the excitement of I went to the University of Illinois, and I graduated in 1990. So I went down there in 1986, and it just felt so good being on my own and being amongst this huge community of kids that were there to learn, party, grow, experience life, and just the sights and sounds of all that, I think was really neat. And I would go back to probably that week and just experienced the excitement of that week again. So that's my thought about that. But anyway, I like to keep this show somewhere between 30 and 40 minutes a day. I'm not sure what I have for you today, but it is Tuesday morning. We got activity in the front room. I got a sleeping dog over there. I got a lot of coffee to drink today, and a lot of things I want to accomplish. And my next step is probably get my bag packed and headed off to the gym for a great workout. And I think that's such an important part. And I talk about it a lot. Good morning, Beverly. I talk about it a lot. I have done a lot of work on myself over the last few years and kind of moving forward every day. And I kind of neglected my physical conditioning. And over the last couple of months, I've been really good and joined a gym and been going every other day on average. And it just feels so good waking up your body and at the same time relaxing your mind and giving you that feeling of accomplishment and productivity and taking the time for yourself that a good hard workout can do. And I'm looking forward to that. So I'm going to have one more sip of coffee. Brian, you have a wonderful day as well. I so appreciate you guys for joining me today. It means a ton. I hope anybody that's new out there follows my page, likes some of my videos. If you don't like my stuff, you don't have to watch. You don't have to follow. But I appreciate it if you do. It means a lot to me. I so appreciate you joining today, following along in my little story called Life. Hey, Shrink Wrap, thank you for the rose. And again, just being sharing part of your Tuesday morning with me and sharing a cup of coffee with me, it means a lot to me. And I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. I hope your week started off awesome yesterday. Hope you're excited about the sunshine. Or if you're living in an area where there's clouds and rain, I hope you're excited about staying warm and dry on this cloudy and rainy day. And hope you're feeling good. Hope you're excited about your day. Hello, Cindy Strickland. And hope you're loving yourself. I hope you are forgiving yourself. And as always, I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.